Today I'm going to be reviewing this Akicon two-tone kitchen sink faucet that was recently sent to me by the brand. This is going to be a pull-down faucet, so I did want to mention that before we go ahead and pull this out of here. It's obviously going to come with everything that you need for the install on this. So it's going to come with the hoses and everything that you need to connect that up. And then this part is actually going to pull out here, and it's going to be relatively heavy as well. I just want to kind of show you what this is going to look like. So it's going to kind of hang down. It will retract a lot better once you get it installed, obviously. The only issue that I foresee with this is actually not going to be a magnetic one. So it's actually, the head itself is not going to be magnetic, so it's not going to like clip into place or anything. The problem with that is over time, when these are not going to have like a magnetic head or something, is that these are going to like hang out a little bit. So that is like, you have to like put it up and then you have to kind of shove it back in. And then the issue is that over time, it's become looser and looser. So eventually what happens is they start to hang out a tiny little bit if these do not have magnets in either of these heads. So that is definitely going to be an issue long term. I do love the way that this is going to look. So you got the black and then with the gold on the handle and the gold on the top of this. It's also going to have a little button that you can adjust here for the different spray. So if you want it to be, you know, you want it to come out here or come out just the same stream, you can push that in to adjust it. So you can just push on that to adjust that spray as you wish on this little button here. Going to come with all your connections, of course, hot water, cold water. This is going to be the part that you're actually going to connect up after you put it down through the proper thing. You're going to put this little weight on it essentially, and then you connect it up to here. And so what happens is this is what allows it to pull down, but then it pulls it back up. So you can kind of see what happens here. So it's actually going to pull down on this, and then your weight is going to sit here. So what happens is when you let it go, the weight is going to pull it down and pull that back up to some extent. The issue with all of these faucets that are going to be the pull down faucets, you're going to need to make sure you have enough room underneath the sink for them. And that's just going to be a common issue, or not an issue necessarily, but a common thing with all these like pull down type faucets. You have to make sure that they have enough room where they can actually pull down. Let me go ahead and pull everything else out of here. I think that's it. Yep, so that's going to come with a little bit of a little nut thing that you're going to need here for the install. And then it's also going to come, or not a nut, a little Allen wrench. And it's also going to come with your base plate. That's going to be this part here. That's just going to go right onto your countertops or your sink, depending on how you're installing it. Now, installing these is not too terribly difficult. The biggest issue is actually just getting to where you need to be, you know, underneath the sink, that sort of thing. So for this, you're just going to quite literally take off this bottom part here. So that just is going to unscrew. You're going to take off these parts. You're going to move this up, assuming you need to have this. You know, maybe you're covering a 3-hole. If you just have a single hole in your countertop or your sink, you don't have to worry about using this, but that is optional. And then you're just going to put that on. It'll go right down on side. You got these little washers and things. I believe this little plastic piece is just going to be an extra piece that is just like there to protect it during like shipment, that sort of thing. And then you're going to get it installed. So overall, definitely a nice looking faucet. I love the different two-tone colors on it, how that's going to look. I just really wish they would have designed this where it had that magnet. So that would, because the ones with the magnet, when you get them up like this, it's going to kind of almost pull it into place and clip it into place every time. And so that makes sure it doesn't fall down over time.